Let that sun shine in. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's another morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Marquis Saint, and every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive, and so are you. This is a blessing to be in this life. I have to duck through the banana trees and leaves and pull up on the breeze and start the morning at ease and reflect on life and make sure that I'm getting my mind right because my mind's been an emotional hostage to me. It's a hostage takeover where my emotions have been hijacked, and I wanted to talk about getting that back and getting my empowerment, and that's definitely Saints Addiction. We on a mission. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The mission is, if you're wishing to be on a mission, the mission is to find your own emotional stability. It's going to be the hardest thing to do in life. I was just looking at some people, any type of people, anywhere in any situation, and what it takes to be able to live in a happy place, live with happy thoughts, do a happy dance, find your happiness. It's not easy. You know, yesterday was happiness when my friend gave me some weed. Shout out to American Grill. Dude, David is retiring after 12 years, and I asked him what's more important to him, and he had said time. I think he was like 72. At 72 years old, growing the weed himself, definitely joined Weed Club. We just got 113 members on Weed Club. I was sitting in the Weed Club, and I just added a few friends. It's like people that I know that should be in there, and it blew up 113 members overnight, y'all. How fucking crazy is that? 113 members, new members. Shout out to Weed Club. Join Weed Club on Instagram. I should put up a, I don't know why I haven't, but I'll put up the logo in there as well. Some things, man, it's always something, but I give myself daily goals and I make myself stay after it and make sure I stay after my own mentality, because I feel like sometimes it can be emotionally hijacked by certain events or certain people or certain things, and I want to get into tangents and I want to trim my beard this morning. I thought it was funny. I was trimming my beard with safety scissors, and they're actually really good because they get close to the skin, and you don't have to worry about your skin getting cut, and you can just trim all in around your neck and lips, and hopefully I did it. My bourbon. Sound like me around this bitch. But I was shook by how quick we want to let our emotions take heed and take over in our lives. So it'll hijack us and make us override our normal reaction or our normal logic and get irregular or out of pocket, making you react in ways you don't think you would have normally. This morning got me jarred being asked about my father, and I started to cry, and maybe it's making me want to cry again, talking about a sore subject. But we don't really talk about these sore subjects because it might get this out of us. And that's what I meant by like an emotional hijacking. It's like a tough question. It's a loaded question. It's not an easy question. It's not like, hey, what do you want to have for breakfast type question. This will be something with a lot of weight on it. And unfortunately, our lives, there will be pressure situations that are going to bring the better and the worst out of us. Hopefully, the better out of us. I told you I just shaved. I see hair all over the place. The better or the worst out of us. And where do we want to live? I think these people were trying to look at a place near my friend's house, and I was like, not for nothing, her friends are leaving the beer bottles just out on the ground, and I'm like, your friends are using you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some real shit right here, where they don't even respect your home, and while the other lady's trying to show a house for like 140,000 baht, and these elderly people, they're looking like, oh, we're about to move into Party Central. She's showing it off. It's worth 140,000 baht a year plus, and maybe they stay for 5 years. It's like a half million 500,000 baht and your friends are drinking 20 baht, 30 baht, 40 baht beers, leaving them on the trash on the can and just being disrespectful and not giving a fuck and disrespecting you and your house. And I was just like, oh, hell nah, dude. I'm fucking good on all that, bro. I'm good on people when they show me who they really are. When they're like, "Oh, hey, can I borrow some money and I need you? And can you please show up and help out? But I'm gonna treat you like shit." Or what else we got going on? Um, People that just don't vibe with you. Like we a few bars that kicked me out. Bars that didn't want to be in. We talk about mental stability, and then you get in situations like, what would you have to do if you were in war? I'm trying to cover the morning's conversation pretty fast, but it's like, in war, people don't get that much emotionality. So, like, there are people that get that 1,000 yard stare, and there's people that get, yeah, bring on the bugs, those weird sounds, emotional stares, 1,000 yard stares, because you've seen so much turmoil. There's people that have to make decisions under the gun, under the pressure of their lives, like war and real scenarios that really, oh, motherfucker, just wind just got my shit and flipped it. Hold up. Almost have this done. Bugs are coming back. Roll the joint in the morning. You hear them? Facts of life. But that's what it is sometimes, right? These things happen to all of us, events that'll shake you to your core. And there are people that will bitch and moan about the events, and then there's people that will step up and endure. It's not easy, it's going to call out all of us. All of us are going to have like these emotional reactions, and we all know that there'll be a distraction or that they'll get us in a worse situation. It's like a cop pulling you over. Are you going to give the cop lip, or are you going to start acting right and give him some respect and answer all his questions and be helpful? Or do you start becoming a crime scene? Do you start becoming disrespectful? Do you make it worse and elevate it instead of de-escalate it? Choices every day. Choices every day of what kind of person that we're going to be, emotionally regulated or, emotionally charged. This is so, um, or put people in emotional hostage situations where we're so overly emotional that we take them in on our emotional roller coaster or make their head spin or, get them all wound up and then they exhaust you and go to someone else and do it to them as well. I don't know, man. I think everyone has a choice to help things be better or to make them worse. And, as I was crying about my daddy and my daddy issues this morning, I was just like, not that I don't mind talking about it and stuff, but it's just like, if you've ever had a grandparent die or someone in your life pass away, it's not your favorite subject to talk about, especially in the mornings, right? And it's not your favorite feeling to go to, so you might not talk about it as much. My friend still talks about Loki and her dog fucking dying. She's like, I miss him so much, but I don't want another dog. Things are gonna come into our lives and out of our lives. It's freaking scary. And I'm trying not to scare them off. The opportunities with my disrespect or, my short fuse or my temper. I just realized that it just kept scaring people away and that I would isolate myself and then I would have no friends and then there'd be no one to talk to and then you'd be really feeling like disrespected and really alone. And in this day and age, I think that's happened with most people, right? We're just getting more and more detached. There's no one to talk to. I don't know about you, but I can finger fuck my messenger all day long and there'd be nobody to call. And that's unfortunate, you know. Maybe we're holding ourselves hostage with our own emotions, where we'll just sit inside of a couch or a house or a situation or a thought, ruminating thought, and just hold thoughts the whole time. Oh, here comes the birds, the bugs, the birds, it's fucking trippy. And trip ourselves out. Not bad. Homegrown, not bad. Join the weed club. That's why I smoke so much weed. Try to get myself emotionally regulated. When I'm emotional wreck, then I make decisions at haste. There was something else I needed to do today. When I sat still, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. I think I got to redo my Google ads. So my AdSense is talking to itself again. You know, the one lady leaked the other people. Something else I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to get that Adobe Photoshop going. Got another guy asking me for a logo. What was I going to do? Oh shit, I was gonna call like Fort Over or somebody. Need to get that turned back on. Get my mind turned back on. And it doesn't do well if I keep it all emotional. And I just think about how many people live in their emotional worlds, the day drinkers, you know, the hardcore drugs. Ice is washing up on the shore here at Koh Chang. A bundle of ice, methamphetamines, meth. We're doing anything we can to feel okay. We're doing anything we can to make a profit. I mean, Homeboy grows his own weed, but he's in weed club because he gave it away for free. Been one of those old school hippies, not hurting nobody, not hurting nobody. In retirement, just has enough just for himself. Make a couple quick sales, right? Didn't know that was in front of it. Sorry. And sometimes that's all you need. Patience, love, understanding is what we need. Instead, we're rushed to getting a fuss and what's about me and how I feel. And I realized, really dawned on me how narcissistic I was because I didn't care what other people feel, how I made other people feel, like how me wilding out makes the dog unsteady and leaves the porch, or that the moment that I lose my cool, people don't trust me anymore, and then I'm being rude, or how insistent I get when I think I'm right and just at arms, you know. I have a tough time backing down. I have a tough time um, getting emotional. I have a tough time letting things reach me in that way. And maybe that's the warrior spirit. Maybe that's the way I'm built, or maybe that's the way that my daddy raised me. You know what I'm saying? But tough titties, suck it up, pussy. You gotta be on a mission. You gotta get it done. Nobody gives a fuck about your emotions. They just want you at the finish line, and you're like, fuck. But I know there's a lot of emotional men because some of them are my friends, you know? Most of them are in prisons. Started crying about that this morning too. Dudes that can't handle their emotions. We get too angry and then we're attacking our employee or our coworker or our spouse. And how many domestic violences were there, and how many DUIs, and how many homeless in jail, and everybody just on edge. How we treat each other, the racism, the divide, the food, the lack of food, the lack of real good clean food. As a prisoner, you know you're not getting the best food. That's been since time in memorial. We were talking about slaves and how Creole food was made and how they fed the slaves. The light enough skinned slaves were okay to breastfeed their children and feed them and come up with these crazy recipes that were pretty much French cuisine, but also from Creole, from what kind of spices from South America and the Caribbeans, and made this food so world renowned. And it was just like, how else are you going to make gizzards taste better? Entrails, oxtails, I don't fucking know, bro. Just like you were not getting the chicken breast. That's just facts of life, and you have to make something out of the brown meat. I remember my Chinese girlfriend. Her and I worked well together because I liked white meat, she liked brown meat, so we could eat the whole chicken. They come with a little chicken inside of a leaf. It's pretty cool. But I'm over the emotional hostage situations. I'm not somebody to give ultimatums to. I'm somebody that's for viciously for my mental health and what I've been doing on this earth and working hard on getting my touchdowns. And there was something else I wanted to work on today, and I'm already high and I already forgot, but I'll get it back and I won't stop till I get it done. And that's what it's going to have to take sometimes, y'all. An attitude of gratitude, some amount of determination, and some suck it up, buttercup. Because honestly, we waste so much time on our emotions and thinking about it instead of doing something about it. Action is the only thing that trumps regret, and I just keep taking action, getting after it. I mean, my homie Harry's coming back to Thailand. My web designer. I got some other logos to finish. That'll be dope. And then what else? Doing the opposite of fighting. Thank you, Mr. Saw in the background. You know, get my mind right, get my act right. Disengaging from fights. It's about to be low season, slow season. About to take it all low and slow. Get my mind right. Get my money right. And get this business right. I'm excited for my friend because we were supposed to meet up in Kuala Lumpur. I think we're still meeting up in Kuala Lumpur and having business meetings. But how cool would that be that he comes back to Thailand and hangs out with me and we fucking create a fucking hub. Maybe Nick might even come back or do some fucking FaceTiming or some shit. And then we can all get together, put our minds together, see if we can't get cats on shirts alive and running and making money. You know, I think that would be dope. Just finding people's videos and tagging them in it and then posting it with them and letting them know that you used it, cats on shirts, and that the site is live and it's working with the API and everything's free flowing and it's got a perfect checkout system. I would love that. I would love for people to all get along and not fight in the world and never have disagreements. But like I said this morning, if you stopped an elevator, 10 random people put together an elevator, odds are they're not going to get along. There's so many different backgrounds, so many different upbringings, so many different ages, so many different viewpoints, so many different zodiac signs. There's just so much difference in people. It's hard to get people to cooperate. It's hard to work as a team. It's hard to work as an impromptu team or a paid team, let alone a wanted team or a love team or a relationship or a life partner or a life choice. These life choices are tough. I choose to live here because the sun is shining so much and there's so much growth. They're building this new house. There's growth everywhere. It's fucking sunshine and fucking waterfalls and fucking elephants and fucking oceans and views and fucking chill and weed. I'm having a good time. My friends in Finland are cutting ice in the snow in the lake so they could get through the snow from the sauna to the snow, cut past. I'm glad I was there when there was green grass. I can't just stay at cold. It's tough for me even when it was cold when it was there, let alone jumping into ice. And I don't want anyone to steal my sunshine. My sunshine. If you steal my sunshine. I don't want anybody stealing my sunshine. I don't want anybody trying to bring me down. I'm trying to live my life the best that I can and live it on an up note. There's so much to be grateful for, and I think that there's people that are stuck in complaining-ville or diva mode or self sabotage. Just people just like woke up, started day drinking again. I'm like, you just shot yourself in the foot. Shout out to my boy Joe who just went on a second step in AA. He got himself a sponsor. Woo woo. Shout out to my other buddy Joseph who got a bunch of 113 members on Join Weed Club. Woo woo. I'm gonna have to change that icon. That's what I think I set out to do, but there was something else I need to do. Had to log back into Yahoo. Woo woo. because they be trying to kill your accounts. So make sure you save your Yahoo accounts you don't even know. What else? What else? What else? What else? Just organizing life. It's springtime. It's time for all of us to organize our own minds and get our own life and affairs in order and make it happen, because it's not easy out there in life. Life is going to get tough, and it's about to spring forward, and new seasons, new things arranging. I don't know when the rainy season is going to kick in, but I'm hoping I get April and May out of this bitch. June, July, August seems to be October, July, August, September, October, rainy season here. Find a new part of the planet to kick it at. I got shit to do, you know. Things to do, people to see, growth, learn, all of it. I'm just looking for emotional stability. I'm sick of people trying to hold some kind of emotional hostage in their own head, or let someone else hold them emotionally hostage, or be holding to their emotions, and just be like, look, there's some logic here, there's some reality here, and there's also some decisions here. And the more that we spend worrying about it, or obsessing over it, or OCDing it, or trying to polish a turd. Meanwhile, some people are shitting and getting off the pot. They're moving forward. They're making decisive decisions. They're cutting the board. They're cutting the metal. They're welding things together. Things are moving forward. And eventually it's a house. And eventually you have a home. And then eventually you have the mattress that you want. And then eventually you'll have this. Eventually you have that, right? That's just how I feel. So, in my head, in my world, I used to live in emotional turmoil. I used to live in my head a lot, ask myself a lot of introspective questions, especially when I got stoned. But now it's like, what do I want to do with my time? I asked the mailman, he said he wanted time over cash. He don't need the money anymore. He's selling the business and he's on with life. And what a lesson to learn. Eventually you stop chasing that almighty dollar and you start chasing life, and how important it is to live, and how important it is a part of be a part of it, and then to enjoy it instead of piss on it and take shits on it. And a lot of people might make fun of you at school, my people might make fun of you at life, and like, oh, you didn't do, or I would have done better, or woulda, shoulda, coulda, but ain't nobody doing it. Ain't nobody self-made millionaires. You barely know them. I barely know them. They're barely made it educationally, so there it is, and not all of us had a fair life. I mean, how many of us did that race, the life race, where take 10 yards walk if your parents are still together, -5 if your phone's ever been turned off, +5 if you graduated, if you've graduated from college. There's like the race of life, and these kids all thought it was an actual race, but it was a question. And it sucks when life happens like that, when you've lost a parent, or your parents aren't together, or your phone gets turned off, or you've been without, or it's hard to see that in the race of life, that it's a different type of race. And it's not the skin race, it's the human race. And all of us are human, and all of us have a real human struggle on this planet. And it sucks, because it's like it's going to bring out the worst in us. It's going to kick our ass, sickness and health, richer or poorer, for better or for worse. Like, there's going to be better, there's going to be worse. There's going to be good sunshiny days, and there's going to be cloudy days, and there's going to be rainy days, and there's going to be another thunderstorm, and we all got to prepare for random chaos. And everybody just wants plenty. I think everybody just wants enough so they can eat, sleep, and dream. And as long as you're attaining things, as long as you're improving your life, sleeping on a better mattress, good roof over your head, those are attainable and they're minimal, and you're not trying to accumulate, you're just trying to replicate, you're trying to duplicate and improve. Get your life in some sort of order, get it into some sort of function. Don't let it dysfunction. Don't let it dysfunction. The moment you can't keep track of your brain is the moment that you're gonna short circuit. And we all know what short circuiting means. The short circuits in our mind. we lose our awareness, we become fuzzy, we forget how to treat people, how other people are having maybe a construction day or a sad day or a lost a person day, or maybe they're having the best day ever, or maybe they're surfs up, or maybe they have a joke for you. You never know, you know. Um, I just don't want to be held emotionally hostage anymore. I felt that in my whole life, that I was always going to be like so emotional as a man, and that I did cry this morning, and I cried about my father not loving me and never accepting me, and it's hard to talk about daddy issues and reasons you might do what you do, and peeling that layer back, and the amount of healing that I need to do within myself, and do it quick and in a hurry, and then there's no time clock on healing. It takes a while, man. It takes a while for us to heal. It takes a while for us to feel and to understand and to be a part of that. So that's part of my understanding right now, is to heal and feel and understand and make something happen. I'm about that life, changing my own life and being a determiner of my own emotions and my wherewithal of my brain and how I treat it, and instead of pollute it. And sure, I get it hazy, but I don't get it daisy. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it crazy. I don't let it get mental. I don't let it get physical. I'm trying to get more spiritual. Thank you, Saw. Trying to get more spiritual and more understanding, more communication, less boundaries, less restrictions, less arguments, less drama. Thank you very much, Saw. Less conflicts, more direction, more understanding, more communication. Getting the best out of my body now. So now I've cut the sugar. It's doing pretty good. Thank you, Saw. I cut the sugar. I'm looking pretty good to get to my birthday without it. And I'd like to arrive at my birthday without a bad attitude. I'd like to arrive at my birthday feeling healthy, mind, body, and soul. And I'd like to be in some sort of synergy with my life. I'd like to see that all this hard work is paying off, not only in my physical, but in my financial, that I can sustain my life overseas, that I can purchase my dream, that I can have a roof, food, clothing, and shelter in one place, in a beautiful part of the planet. And the freshest air, I was arguing with somebody the other day, the freshest air on earth, by a rainforest, a real functioning rainforest. To be near it, to even be able to experience it, is a blessing in itself. And that's our lives, man. We can live in this emotional world, and trust me, it's addictive. It'll be one of the saints' addictions in a heartbeat, to cry, woe is me, or I feel a certain type of way, or my body's telling me this or that. I don't live on WebMD. I live inside me, and if my body has to tell me something, it tells me something, and I feed it when it's ready, when I'm done fasting. And it lets me know when it needs the calories, and I'm on a system. I'm on a clock. When the sun rises and the sun sets, getting full 8 hours of sleep every day, not on any alcohol, not on any day drinking, not on any powders, not on any pills, not on any excuses, just on the agua, bro. So everybody get your water on, you know, drink plenty of it fresh in the morning. Make sure you get sunshine on your eyes instead of a cell phone. Make sure you do something nice for someone today. Make sure you get in some exercise. I highly suggest frisbee, but I also highly suggest smiling and sun shining, and salutations to everyone, even the neighbors. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathan, that means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe, and as soon as you stop. letting your emotions get unregulated, and as soon as you start treating others like you want to be treated, um, and stop being a hostage to your emotions, that's would be your morning motivation. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe.